So, in light of the poetry slam that we're having, sorry, I already sound like a broken record, don't I? But in light of that, I thought I would do a piece of performance poetry that I wrote a little while ago. I do want to preface by saying that if you do decide to participate, your poem does not have to follow this format. It does not have to be this length. There really is no rules on what type of poetry we would like to see at the slam. But we do want to see kind of more like a bit of the performance in it. So this is a poem that I wrote with that in mind. And it's called, What Did I Actually Learn? When I was young, I was told I had to go to school. It would prepare me for life, lest I became an unemployed fool. I was told I should listen and learn all I could, and it certainly made sense, especially from where I stood. So I dutifully attended each and every class, and every day I fervently worked my arse off. And for what? What did I actually learn? If I think really hard, I could easily tell you that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. E equals mc squared. I could easily expel a number of tidbits of information that still haunt me, still fill me with consternation. And why? Does it cause me such aggravation? Well, because although I can easily recall it, and everywhere I go I unconsciously haul it around with me constantly, I was never really given the chance to understand it. And now the context is lost, like a wave on the sand. See, year after year, classroom air was rife with the rhetoric, "This is the most important year of your life. If you don't pass the test, you'll pay the price and spend the rest of your day serving things alongside fries." And I breathed in this message. Let it take over my body. Let it stress me, depress me if I didn't study. But what did I actually learn? I learned that my worth was measured in grades, that my future is dependent on a teacher who's overworked and underpaid, and if they saw fit to give me that damn A. I learned that everyone who falls behind is left behind. Teachers don't have time to wait. It doesn't matter if it's grade 1 or the year you finally graduate. And I did, so I guess I'm a success. But those grades were achieved under extreme duress, and since then I have never, ever been under as much stress as the years that they tell you are life's best. Now, don't get me wrong, I know school is vital. Wait, no, not school. It's an education to which we are entitled. And yes, there is a difference. You see, an education would allow us to develop our gifts, not force us to memorize lists and lists of facts. Even Malala said this, "One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world." And yes, it can. But show me the part where she said your success, your future should be dependent on a standardized test. So why must we live and die by our test retestability? After all, such things are undeniably an effort in futility, a way to process students, not truly educate them, make them memorize facts to regurgitate them. And yes, we need things like math and physics and basic biology, but that does not mean that art, dance, literature, history, music, language, theology, philosophy, politics, or psychology are any less important. And that, by the way, doesn't even cover life skills not taught in school, the ones we're just meant to discover by ourselves, like taxes, nutrition, and mental and emotional health. Small things, Money, stress, or time management, seeing failure as a place to learn and not a reason for punishment. Now, for all the students out there, please don't despair. I'm not here to fill you with a dread that shouldn't be there. I just want to let you know that school does not actually prepare you for life like it promised. And while many of you might feel adrift in a sea of A's and B's and F's, yet still you persist, perhaps with no real idea of how to use your unique set of gifts, or if you even have one, you are not alone. And to those killing it at school every day, bravo. But as you listen to my words in your heart, you'll know I'm right. So if you're confused over what your next steps will be and how to actually live your adult life, you are not alone. So next time you enter that classroom, keep this in mind. The letter you leave with doesn't have to define the rest of your life. That is what I should have learned. Thank you.